"The Bevan ticket," I said, "has expired and will have to be renewed." The middle-aged woman put a hand to her mitre-like hat and frowned across the counter at me. After some time, she said, "Mrs. Bevan said she just wanted one like the one she had out last time." I was used to this sort of thing, as indeed to every sort of thing that could go on here. "The Bevan ticket," I repeated in the same tone, or lack of one, "has expired and will have to be renewed." My gaze, slightly filmed by afternoon drowsiness, swam round the square high room, fixing idly on the etching or daguerreotype or whatever it was of Lord Beaconsfield's face which hung over the hobbies and handicrafts section. Lord Beaconsfield had had some connection with the founding of the library, which took place a long time ago. At the moment, his likeness was glowing in a cloudy beam of late spring sunshine, and looked as if it wanted to be sick, but knew that this would be wrong. I nodded imperceptibly to it. "She couldn't get in herself this afternoon, you see, Mr. Lewis," the woman was saying. "She's had to go down the food office because of her boy, so I said I'd take her book and change it while I was changing mine like. Quite often I do it for her." I allowed a pause to elapse. From the dozen or so other borrowers present came sounds that had grown familiar to me: the squeaking of shoe leather, a fairly loud grumble of voices, the thud of a book replaced on the wrong shelf or dropped. Quite a long way away to my left, a date stamp thumped intermittently. I wetted the ring finger of my right hand and smoothed the place next to the parting where my hair was just beginning to go. Then I swayed my long, thin body over the rows of tickets, taking my time about bringing my face nearer the woman's. My face is a round and rubicund one, and a girl I once knew used to say it looked cheerful, but that was before I got this job. Anyway, I now moved it forward, making a great effort not to blink my eyes, which are grey. They began to smart a little, but I've often thought that not blinking them makes them look more formidable, and I could do with that. It doesn't seem to work when I try it in the mirror, but you couldn't expect it to, I suppose. I stood facing this woman, keeping absolutely still, as if I were waiting for her to scream or faint. Nothing happened apart from the collapse of a loaded shelf in the geography section, which one of the other assistants was rearranging that day. Weighing my words, I said, "The Bevan ticket has expired and will have to be renewed." "But you've always let me do it in the past, Mr. Lewis. I've never had any difficulty about it before. And Mr. Jenkins, is it? He always let me do it too." "Mrs. Edwards," I said compassionately, "have you been listening to what I've been saying?" She looked timidly down at her shopping basket, which was stuffed with goodies for her luckless family. "No," she said. Just then, young Dilys Jones, a blonde girl of 16 or 17, came into the lending department from the entrance hall. Her face was flushed, and she was picking at the buttons of her pink woolen cardigan. She said, in some agitation, "Mr. Lewis, can I speak to you for a minute?" "Excuse me, Mrs. Edwards, will you please?" I waited until an expression of mature calm had had time to diffuse itself over my face. I was on surer ground here, pretty certainly, than with the non-blinking trick, before I turned to Dilys. "Now, Dilys, what's the matter?" "Please, Mr. Lewis, there's a lady come into reference to make an inquiry, and she've been terribly rude. Awful she've been, Mr. Lewis, honest." I moved another few feet away from Mrs. Edwards and dropped my voice. With people like Dilys, the term rude tends to get used in situations where indecency rather than insolence is in question. "What on earth's she been doing?" I muttered. "Terribly rude she was. Kept on asking me about a book about some old-fashioned thing, something about costumes or something, but I couldn't hear what she was saying, really. She kept going on and on at me. She got proper insulting, man, Mr. Lewis. So I came and—" "What sort of lady is she?"
"Oh, well-dressed like. Plenty of money, I'd say."
"Yes, I know the kind of lady."
"Used to having her own way, you know."
"Yes, I know."
"Why didn't you put Mr. Jenkins on to her?" "Couldn't find him, sorry."
Dilys was good at not being able to find people, though she generally managed to get hold of me all right, as now. "Did you look in the cataloguing room?" I asked. "Or round the biography section?" I wondered for a moment why I was bothering to prolong this conversation. In the first place, no doubt, it was because Dilys was a girl, a fact not to be lightly set aside. In the second place, it was because she was on the right side of the line dividing the attractive from the rest. Nice that.